File 191440, resolution directing each city department to report the activities and strategies being used by the department to implement the recommendations of the Blueprint for Peace. This is sponsored by Alderwoman Coggs. Go ahead, Alderwoman.
Thank you again, Mr. Chair. As members and as a city, we have said that we support the Blueprint for Peace, which was developed through a process of collaboration with residents, community members, community groups. And for all of those of us who have read it, we know that there are some great valuable information and tools within it. But we all know that it's just a plan on the shelf if we don't figure out ways to integrate it into our regular activities that we do. And while I am sure that there are many departments who do activities that are in alignment with the Blueprint for Peace, I think, again, we must be more intentional with our efforts towards prevention and peace in the community. And since we have a tool that was collaboratively created, it just makes sense that we figure out the ways through each department and through the services we offer, through the contacts we have, and through the programs that we do, that we figure out what does align already with the Blueprint for Peace and what we could be doing more that could align with it as well.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Reggie, any comments?
Mr. Chair and committee, so we're going to work with all of the cabinet and department heads to figure out that alignment. There are departments that are and have been implementing activities that align with the blueprint, and there are others who aren't as familiar with it that we'll be working with to ensure that alignment and report back to the committee.
Very good.
So, Mr. Chair,
please.
I probably should have started with this because, as you can see from the tone of most of these resolutions, every year, as finance chair and having been on finance 12 years, what I know and what we all know is that the police department ultimately is the largest part of our budget. And there are those who appreciate and accept that, and there are those who don't want that to be. But I think on both sides, what we all want is a safe community. And each year, we talk about the need to invest in prevention. But I think the question always is, what does that look like? We know what putting more officers on the street looks like, but what does prevention look like? And I think the truth is, there's no one picture of prevention. It has to happen in a multitude of ways. So my attempts through this footnote and others is for us to be not just have the conversation every budget time when we get the request from MPD and we see the percentage of the budget it is, but for us to be working every single day towards prevention so that the feeling of necessity for what we end up paying for police services is not as great because we've done our job on the prevention side. And this is one small way to do that with the services we already offer, with the employees we already have as a city. So this amendment, as well as others that you've seen today, that we saw yesterday on Public Works, and we'll see on some other committees, was really my attempt to get us in a holistic way to look at what we could be doing for prevention.
Very good.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, go ahead, Alderwoman.
Thank you. I wanted to just commend the Alderwoman for all of the work that you've been doing around this. And I thought I was a co-sponsor, so if I'm not, I would definitely want to be added to items 5 through 8 and marked in the affirmative for these because we do need to take a look through a different lens. So I am absolutely on board with these pieces of legislation.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Any other questions or comments by committee?
I would move approval.
Very good. Then Alderwoman Lewis moves approval, and hearing no objections, so ordered. Thank you. Item 9.